everybody, Candace Coy here again for the second blog post of When Life Gave Me Lemons. And so far, it is like the third week of classes and the second week of internship. I don't know if I told you guys much about my internship yet, but I'll be interning this semester at the Writers Guild of Great Britain. What I'll be doing there is a tad bit of a lot of different things, including research, podcasts, looking after the website and the Facebook, a lot of different media outlets for the website and the company in general. Like I will probably be taking over the e-bulletin, hoping to get some responsibilities in helping with the annual award ceremony. So I'm really excited. I just got invited to that, so that's really exciting. My classes so far are going great. I love them all. They're relatively easy so far. There doesn't seem to be a lot of work as far as I'm concerned, but it does look like a little bit of a challenge considering most of them are bringing in concepts that we're using from our travels here. In my travel writing class, we're taking field trips. The last 2 weeks we've taken field trips outside of the classroom to see different places. Like we saw Primrose Hill last week, which was really beautiful. This week we went to see Crossbones, which is a prostitute's graveyard. So that's just giving you a taste of the kind of things that we do in my classes. I take British mass media, creativity and innovation in UK media, advertising, and then the travel writing class, and then I have my internship 2 days a week. So that does keep me busy. I'm just starting to get into the flow of things and starting to get into the swing of being a student again, not just being a traveler or a tourist. How I think that classes relate to or are different from the classes back on main campus is definitely, it brings in a lot of the aspects that you use in your travels. They try to, like in my travel writing class, our professor is trying to get us out into the city and trying to get us to experience the things that we should in London, which I think is really important to incorporate into the studies because it makes the experience and actually the work seem more relevant to the trip. So I like that a lot. Class sizes are relatively small. Teaching style really doesn't differ. It's more of like a lecture outside of class kind of thing. So it is really nice. So this week I decided to look at two students, Matt Hanley and Krista Altamiro, as well as one of my professors, Christopher Cook, which you guys will be seeing in just a couple seconds. I asked them some questions about what they thought about the program, how they saw it. I asked Krista and Matt what about their internships, and they gave us some information about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to get into the flow, like I said, of taking classes and doing an internship. It is really busy, but I like it a lot. I think the biggest reason why I decided to do the internship in London was because it just made sense for me. This is my first internship ever, and I thought that not only would studying away set me above some other students in applying for later jobs down the road, but it would also broaden my experience to know that I worked in the UK and that I could see how different things were. Especially being a communications major, I think it's important to look at different cultures and how they interpret things rather than just looking at a US standpoint, because we are obviously not the only people who own the media businesses. So it is important to look at that. So yeah, take a look at Matt, Krista, and Chris's videos. Don't forget to tune back in. I'll be posting a lot more lately since I'm just uploading a bunch of stuff at once. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Leave some comments, leave me any questions that you'd like to be answered. If you need any advice, anything that you would like to be told, I can tell you everything. Okay?
I'm Matthew Hanley. I'm a broadcasting major at Temple University. And that's it.
Okay.
Or I guess now it's media studies, technically.
What year are you?
I'm a junior.
Okay. We'll just jump into the first question. Why did you choose to study in London?
Okay, well, I knew since before I even applied to college that I was looking for a college that had a study abroad program. Because I first went to Europe for the first time when I was a junior in high school. So I knew that I love traveling, and I knew I had to do it again. And I knew high school, study abroad was one of those things that, college has to do with study abroad. So I looked for, a school that had a program that had, a great study abroad, and Temple had a great school for my major, and they also had a program in London. And since they all speak English here, I was like, alright, that's even better. Like, I would have studied anywhere, but the fact that they spoke English, I was like, alright, I'm in, you know?
Right. And what are your classes like here?
The classes aren't actually like that different from the classes back at Temple. You know, you get like the same professors like talking to you, and they're like mostly like project based. So while you have like weekly reading assignments, it's not like there's a quiz every week, you know? Like, we haven't had a quiz yet, we've been here for 3 weeks, but we don't think we even have a quiz until the next like month or so. But like, I don't know, I can't really say the difficulty of the classes yet because we've just started, but so far they're very similar to the classes back in America.
Are you doing the internship?
Yes.
What are you doing, if you don't mind sharing?
I'm with Studio 8 Productions. It's a production company that is based in LA and London, so I'm in the London branch. And they mostly do like small-time movies, but they also like help produce some bigger movies. I don't know, my boss said he's worked with like some bigger name stars. I don't know, it wasn't Morgan Freeman. I don't know, someone like that. Someone like big name. And he's like worked with them before, so they like mostly just dabble in the production side of things. My boss right now is on a documentary up in somewhere in London. I couldn't go because we went to Bath this weekend, but I would have been there if we weren't there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And what are your expectations for the rest of the semester?
I really just want to travel a lot. Like, I don't really know what I'm expecting right now. I'm kind of like in it, like in the moment. Like, I feel like I just got used to being here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe just see as much countries as I can. I really want to just like, by the time I leave London, I want to be able to say like, there was nothing that I regret missing, you know? Like, because I know I'm going to come back here, but I just want to make sure that I've done as much as I possibly could and like use my time to the best of my advantage, you know?
Cool. All right, thanks, Matt.
Krista Alchamira.
And what's your major?
I'm a film and media arts major.
What year are you?
I'm a first semester junior.
Okay. And why did you choose to study in London?
When I like originally applied to Temple, like I was looking to study abroad in general, and like London is always kind of, I've never been here before, and it's always been an interesting city to me, like just the culture and the people and everything.
Okay. And what are your classes like?
Well, I'm taking only like 4 classes, including my internship class, but all of the teachers like are so different and interesting. Like, and I do a mass media one, so we get to like learn a lot. Like, it's all based on like UK things, so it's different than what I would learn in Philly. Like, then other than like a basic subject like based in film, like it's like film involved with UK.
Right. It's more like hands-on kind of thing. Like.
Right.
Yeah. And you said you had an internship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what kind of, like, what is that like? What do you do?
I actually have a music management internship, which is different than what I normally do, actually. It's at this place called ASM Damage, and they're, like, sister companies with a place called Mission Control and Ultra, so I do stuff for, like, all the companies. I only just started, but so far it's, like, getting in contact with clubs and, like, calling artists and, like, connecting them with, like, performances or, like, things like that.
Cool. And what kind of expectations do you have for the rest of the semester?
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things everyone's like, it's the best time of your life, so like, I just know there's so many good things to come. And so far, I've only been here 3 weeks, and it's been like madness. It feels like I've been here forever, and it's awesome.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
I'm Christopher Cook.
And your position?
And I teach on the Temple programme here in London, and I also teach on the Syracuse programme in London. And I generally teach cultural studies and in particular aspects of the mass media.
Okay, and would you kindly offer your opinion of the program and what it has to offer for students?
The Temple programme is extraordinarily good. What I like about it, particularly as an outsider, is that it's very focused. It takes a number of important areas like British cinema, British mass media, travel writing, and so forth, and looks at these as discrete areas, but somehow all of them, I think, open doors onto what it's like to actually be here in England, in Britain, and indeed in London. So they're tight, neat little courses, but they open doors onto the whole business about being abroad, being in a particular place.
Okay, and what would you say is the biggest perk of study abroad from your point of view as an instructor?
Oh, from my point of view, it's the opportunity to meet successive generations of young Americans. Many of the people who've come on the Temple programme have become friends. I've been teaching on it a long time, and I now know they have children, and I'm waiting for the moment when their children join the programme too. But really, it allows me a kind of wonderful rolling snapshot of what it's like to be young in the most powerful nation in the world. and a sense of what the values are that young, idealistic Americans aspire. So I feel immensely privileged. And one last thing, if you teach young people, when you get to a certain age, and I'm not giving away my own age, when you get to a certain age, your students do genuinely keep you at their age, and that you approach the world in a much more youthful way than you might if you were only sitting in an armchair with your own contemporaries.
And what would you offer a student that is thinking about studying abroad in London?
How would I persuade them
Yes.
to come? I would say that you need to remember that you're not only coming to sit in a classroom, you're not only coming to do lessons, though you are doing lessons in a classroom with someone who lives in the place that you've come to. So that's a sense of finding another perspective on the particular subject you've chosen. But you're also coming to one of the most extraordinary cities, frankly, in the world. This is a world city, London. It's utterly different from anything else in the United Kingdom. Its diversity, more languages spoken in the city than any other city in the world, more foods to be eaten than there are days in a year. All of this makes it a unique experience. And there's something about the geography of London too that makes it special. London was a series of villages that simply grew like Topsy and eventually joined up. So it's a series of overlapping neighbourhoods and communities, each of which is different from the other. I always say to students, the best way to do things in London is to go and take one of the bus routes from end to end. Go and take the number 38 bus, for example, the brand new Route Masters, from where it starts out near the Olympic Park in the East End of London and travel all the way. That is a kind of major part of any educative experience you can have in London, and that's part of why you ought to come here.
Okay, thank you.